My social anxiety says that I was not born ready, but that's fine.
So everybody in the stream right now, this is our good friend AGradyMusic, um,
Hello.
aka Aaron, aka
Womp rat,
Erin,
womp,
wa-
wompy.
uh, all the things, RP, all the
Yeah.
things. When I met you, so literally, first of all, cheers.
Oh, yep, yep.
Cheers to the freaking
Cheers.
weekend. Oh, Trisha's is in there too. Oh yes, look at that
Oh,
drink you
there we go.
made.
Yeah.
Look at that drink.
That's we're gonna call it a vodka tonic with some maraschino cherries in there, but that's it's mostly just a vodka.
It's fine. Everything's fine. So honestly, like you are somebody that I couldn't wait to get on my Friday chat, honestly. And I'm so glad that like we could work out the schedule with jobs and time zones and so many things. So please, I guess, start with how we met because actually, like, I didn't just randomly meet you. This is not a chance meeting. This is
This,
not a chance meeting at all. So please
this is
do
all EBX Jen's fault.
all of it.
So yeah, no, I've known Jen since college, which of course was like just a couple years ago.
Yeah.
Mm. We don't have to talk about how many couple years ago it was. Yeah, just a couple years ago.
It's fine.
Yeah, no, but Jen was actually the first person who let me. There was that Twitch had a music scene
Oh,
because all I knew was that there was Twitch and it was just a bunch of angry people playing video games on Twitch. That's what I knew of Twitch.
yeah.
And
Fair enough.
I told her that I was wanting to get back into music and I was wanting to get back into all of that stuff and I missed it and she was like, "You should stream on Twitch." And I was like, "People don't do that." She was like, "Yes, they do." So she pointed me your way. She pointed me to a couple of other people that I have frequented for a while now. I think who it was. I think it was Gary. Was the other person she sent me to. Gary B. Lucas. She sent me over to him.
Yes.
And yeah, the rest is kind of history. All because I had a very excellent friend in college that I never lost contact with.
I'm so grateful for that. Like as soon as Jen said like, "Hey, there's somebody I know who streams, but like he's only streaming games right now. He hasn't really gotten into music yet." Like and that's I started following you before I think you even started streaming music.
Yeah, because I was doing Destiny 2 for a long time, and I hated it. It was so like I couldn't get an audience, and I didn't really have a thing, and I tried to mix it up
Yeah.
and add some Phasmo in there and do some other stuff, and it was just like I don't like this community. Like everybody's kind of like, "Don't talk to me about your stream. I don't want to hear anything about your stream or who you are. Go away." And
Yeah.
okay, well,
Okay.
like yes, that's fine then, guys. And then I got into the music side and was very confused by the difference.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like shocking how different the Twitch music scene is than any
Seriously.
than any other Twitch scene and then also any other IRL scene.
Yeah.
It's
No,
so
100%. Yeah.
accepting. Yeah.
I think the only one that I found that's even close is like the food scene on Twitch is pretty chill
Hmm.
like that too. But like no, music's got it like still like heads and shoulders above anybody else. Like everybody is like, "Go follow this guy, go over there, do this guy, raid him, let's get him like views, everybody get him above, get him affiliate." Like it's the best community ever. I love it. I love it so much.
I know. It's probably the best thing to ever happen to my mental health in a long,
Uh,
long, long time.
Legitimately. Yeah. No, I agree. I
We'll
agree.
we're gonna deep dive into the mental health stuff, but I do we'll deep dive into the good shit and the bad shit.
Yeah, because there's both. There's definitely both.
There absolutely is. So for anybody who isn't familiar with A Grady's stream, again, please don't be scared to hit that follow button above his little box over there. But for the people in my channel who are not familiar with your stream, please do give them kind of a peek into what they will find on your stream and your schedule also.
Yep. So, now that everything is settled again, I do a music stream. I do nothing but music on my stream anymore. I'm streaming Monday. Yes, Monday,
Ye-
Wednesday, and Saturdays.
Okay.
Now Saturday is actually an afternoon stream.
Nice.
So I've been trying to kind of. I had a lot of people from like the UK be like, 8 o'clock Eastern, or really? Come on, I'm sorry. So I had to find something that worked a little better. So yeah, so Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday afternoon.
Good.
And yeah, it's all music. I do a lot of like '90s alternative, like early 2000s stuff. And it's a lot of fun. My mods harass me mercilessly, and I forget lyrics and forget words and say stupid things, and generally I'm a mess, but it's a lot of fun and we laugh about it. So
I mean, were you describing your channel or mine? Because I feel like
oh
there's
no, that was mine, yeah.
okay. Because I
No
feel
similarities though.
no, I was also gonna say you didn't mention the Foo Fighters, but I feel like you must. I feel like
Oh yeah,
that's
yeah. I have a substantial selection of Foo songs. We did a tribute stream for Taylor Hawkins when he passed, and that was a lot of fun. I think I've got like 13, 14 Foo Fighter songs on my list anymore.
wow.
Um, I'm gonna go and just say it. I'm a little bit influenced by the Foo Fighters. Dave Grohl's not my hero or anything, but
He's a
like
good hero. He is a
he
lovely
is.
hero to
Yeah,
have.
yeah, he really is. But no, I love them a lot. So you'll definitely, if you like the Foo Fighters, you come and request some songs and I'll play them for you. So
I think that like if anybody can picture without literally going to watch VODs, if you can picture, Foo Fighters done really well acoustically, that's the whole vibe of A Grady's stream. It like anything he does is gonna sound like Foo Fighters acoustic. I feel like that's pretty on brand for
that's
you.
like high praise. I don't think you could give me higher praise than that. So I'll take it. I'll take that all day long.
Basically, I feel like the Foo Fighters is it's not as prevalent as like me doing Gaga on my stream, but it's like almost as prevalent. I feel
It's
like a lot of the
it's
influence there.
it's up there. Yeah, yeah, it definitely is. And all joking aside, like Dave Grohl has been a big influence on me musically and everything else like that. So I definitely love getting a chance to play those guys when I get a chance to. So
Yeah. You're just like, yeah, I love them. Huh.
I need to get the wig, and the flannel so that I can do the good cosplays like you do with Gaga, and I'll be set.
Yes. That would be funny actually. They'd be like, "Are you just like cosplaying as like any grunge person from the 90s or you just
No, if
yeah."
you have the one flannel, I think it the one like red and black checker with a specific one that he wears. I think it comes through.
Ah, that's funny. So we kind of got away from this for a second, but I want to go back. I would love to know because I actually don't really know this. I actually don't know the answer to this question. What was the evolution of your channel like? Like when did you start streaming? Obviously, you were streaming Destiny 2. We touched on that a little bit, but like what's been like the evolution of your channel and how it came to be what it is now?
So I could not tell you when exactly I started streaming. Period. Legitimately, I was playing Destiny at like 2 in the morning one night. And I was like, broadcast, and I just started. So like that was my
So
first stream,
so
super fancy.
were you on Xbox? Were you on console?
I was PS4,
Oh,
yeah.
I
So
don't
I
know why I
just
assumed Xbox. My apologies.
it's there's nothing wrong with that. I'm console agnostic. I love them all. It's all
Ah,
right.
perfect.
But yeah, no, I just kind of started streaming off of just as a fluke, and I had like 3 or 4 viewers come in and watch, and it was kind of like, oh, this is kind of cool.
Oh,
So I started thinking about, maybe doing more, and I did for a while. And I think I really got into it when I moved out here, because one of my friends was doing streaming as well, and she didn't really have a good place to stream, and I was setting up this room to do my stuff, and she was like, "Well, can I use yours? And we'll just like both stream." I'm like, "Yeah, so let's go."
nice.
So like we started. I was streaming 3 or 4 times a week, and she'd come over and stream a few times a week. She would stream in the afternoon while I was working, and then I'd have the evenings. The room was mine. So did that for a while. I'm actually, as far as music goes, though, I think it was. I gotta go double check the date, but I think it's May 9th
Oh,
is my 1 year doing music streams.
okay.
Yeah. So but I did like prior to that, I did at least a year or so of game streaming.
Wow.
And I struggled. Like I said, it wasn't really great. It wasn't really It was a lot of, man, I'm tired. Man, I don't want to be here.
Yeah.
I'm done with work. Let me go and okay, I'm playing. And it's like, when you're sitting down and playing a game you enjoy, but you're just not enjoying it, you probably need to adjust what you're doing.
Yeah. When you're not
But
having
yeah,
fun, everybody knows. Nobody wants to watch you if you're not having fun. That applies even to the
yeah.
Twitch, the music scene too. But
Oh, 100%.
I digress. But
100%.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
unfortunate. That's you're not alone in that. So many people still feel that.
Absolutely. Yeah. And that was something where I finally just had to kind of like readjust. And that was about the time I was talking to Jen. Um, and I eased into it. I changed like a couple of my streams a week to music, but I left the other two gaming,
That's what I did
because
too. That's what I did.
yeah, because it was kind of a scary jump almost, like making to go full music. And it just, from that point, I think like right before my first stream, I hit 100 followers after a year.
Oh wow.
Um, and I literally got that 100 because I went on Twitter and went like, I'm at 98. Come on, can someone follow me?
Just do it.
And then,
Just fucking
like
do
a
it.
couple of my friends, yeah, a couple of my friends like retweeted it, and I got a couple of follows out of that. But
Nice.
then I got back onto music, and I just surpassed 500 a couple of months ago.
Yay.
So like, the community is very different. Everybody's much more willing. But I noticed that on the nights I was doing music, I had 3-4 times as many viewers as the nights I was gaming. So after like I think probably like a month or so, I was just like, forget it. Let's just go all in, and let's do 4 music streams a week, which is now 3 music streams a week because 4 was exhausting. So
Yes. Yeah.
so
Not to mention you have a full-time job and you were trying to do
yes,
4 days a week. I can't do that
yes.
and I don't have a full-time job. Like that's
No,
four
it's
four
yeah.
days
I
a
don't
week
know what I
is
was. I don't know what I was thinking. I was out of my damn mind.
ah!
Like, was out of my mind trying to do 4 days a week, but I was having fun, and that was the thing. I had hit like a point where I hadn't really done music in so long, and I I knew, for the guys that don't know me, I moved out to Texas because I got divorced, and it was not great, and it was rough, and I knew I'd kind of hit the point at the end of that. I had actually found a therapist in the middle of that marriage, and a lot of the reasons we split was because I got mentally healthy, and so
That'll do it.
yeah, right. And it's like, wait a second, there's problems here. Um, so when I was made the decision to move out here, I music has always been really important to me. And for most of my life, I've had someone there who kind of suppressed that for whatever reason. My mom was always like, "That's great, you play music, but you'll never get anywhere. It's not important. You don't want to focus on that. You don't want to give that
Yeah.
any time. It's just a waste of time." And my first wife straight up told me that she was intimidated by the fact that I could play music and wished I didn't do it because it made her feel bad because she couldn't do it. And at that point, I was in the wrong kind of mental health place, and I just went,
Yeah.
okay, and stopped playing music.
Yeah.
Um, and the wife that I just wound up split from, and we actually we were actually still friends. Like I have a lot of people roll in and be like, oh no, fuck her, and I'm like, wait, no, wait, like there was a lot of issues there, but she's actually pretty cool, and we're still pretty good friends. But she was always very concerned that everybody around us was going to be pissed if I played my guitar. Like the neighbors are going to get mad, we're going to get in trouble. Don't do that. So I just kind of like never did anything with it.
Yeah. It's
So
stressful. You don't want to stress out the people you're living with. You want to respect your partner.
right,
It is. It's
yeah.
hard. It's absolutely hard.
Yeah, and not having the support is rough.
Yeah.
So when I came out here and I was like, look, I'm going to be solo. I don't, whatever. I lived in Texas for about 5 years when I was a teenager, and it was probably the one place that I felt the most like I was on track to be who I wanted to be. So I was like, let me go back. Let me just go back there. I still got a bunch of friends out there. They're all still like want to stay in contact and want to tell me, they're always like, you should come back, Dallas is super cool now, you'd love it, blah blah blah. And I do, they're right. but but they we I wound up coming back out here, and when I came out with the goal of, I'm going to get back into music, I'm going to do the stuff that I want to do. So I bought all of this equipment, and I bought it for the purpose of recording. I never thought that I could do streaming.
Okay.
I just thought I'd start recording and put stuff up on Spotify and do all that kind of stuff. And but I bought new guitars. I had like these little like $100 guitars that didn't sound great, but they did the job. So I went through. I was fortunate, the company I was working at, I got a bonus right before I moved out here, so I took a bunch of that money and just dumped it into music stuff,
Nice.
and it was like probably the best thing that ever happened to me, honestly. So like when I got out here and started actually like playing with it and really like getting back into it, it was super cool to get back into the music scene and to be able to have people come and listen and to see an audience grow, especially when I was trying to stream for so long. And you get
Yeah.
that there's that mental thing, we talked about like the bad mental side of like you don't get audience, you don't get followers, and you're like, I'm dumb and fat and ugly and nobody loves me. It's fine.
Yeah.
It's like so like being able to get into the music scene and see that change was so cool and so much fun. So it's been a ride for this whole
Yeah.
time.
And so, like, the fact, and we've talked about this, like, obviously, and we'll get into like how we actually started working together too. But the
Mhm.
fact that you had kind of everybody against you regarding music, like your whole life, the fact that you got back into it, you're confident about it. Now you're confident about it. I don't know how
Now I'm going
confident you
yeah.
were about it a year ago, but I when you started streaming, I think, I don't know if you reached out to me or if I had said something about vocal coaching on my channel. I don't know what the order of operations was there. But for anybody who doesn't know, I worked with
Remember.
A Grady on vocal coaching for a good chunk of time, like weekly,
Mhm.
probably 6 months or so, I'd say. And here's the thing is he
At
was
least
fantastic even before we started working together. And I've seen him grow so much since that point, because I know I started popping into your streams because Jen was like, hey, my friend is doing music now. Like, he didn't used to do music, he's doing music now. So it was really cool that, I've kind of gotten to see, at least this past year, you start from, okay, I'm gonna mousily start streaming. Hello, I have one microphone and one guitar. Hello.
yeah.
and
Yep.
and now you're doing what you're doing, and you've really started cultivating a community. You have a regular schedule. You're doing so well.
Yeah.
And so, like, going back to that, the bad
My
mental
second
part.
microphone back here now, so I got two now. So
Yeah, fancy. That's so fancy, Erin. How dare you be so fancy?
sorry, I didn't mean to.
No, and but so, like, going back to the mental stuff, it's hard. And I was just talking about this yesterday because both of us have some relatively severe respiratory issues.
Yep.
Yours are a little bit more severe, and like, it. Feel free to kind of embellish upon that, as much as you'd like to. But we have a lot in common in the way of, and you answered me too. Since we started streaming, I was like, "How are your allergies today, Erin?" Because mine are shit, which means you
Yeah.
also feel like
Yeah.
total shit.
Yeah.
Me and Trish
Yeah.
are both hanging on here today because the drainage.
Yeah.
So
Oh no, for real. I woke up this morning and it was as soon as I woke up, my asthma. That's my issue is asthma. I woke up and I was just like, oh, like it's gonna be a day, guys.
yeah, yeah, and that's how I felt too when I was sitting on the couch. I've been considering moving my Fridays, not today obviously, but moving my Fridays back to 12:30. And because I'm like, well, I'm ready, and it's like 1 o'clock, and I'm like, now I gotta wait till 2:30. But,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
but today I'm just like laying like on the couch at like 11:30. I'm like, thank goodness for
Yeah.
3 more hours.
Yeah. No, absolutely.
Because I knew if I was feeling that way that you were feeling that way. And that's the hardest part. So, like, mentally for me, resting, how dare I rest? It is so
Oh
hard
yeah.
for me to
No.
get through my head that, like, it's okay if my voice isn't working. It's okay if my allergies are fucking shit up. And I know that happens for you regularly. Like I said, I'm in like 5 music streamers discords. Yours is one of them. I mean, like,
I'm
truly,
special. So many
truly.
ways.
I really have only stayed in discords where I feel like I truly know the streamer. Like, I'm
Yeah.
friends with the streamer.
Yeah.
Those are the discords I'm in. And so you're one of the people that I actually see the at everyone's. Um, and
Yeah.
so my question to you is, like, on those days when you're like, guys, I'm not okay. Like, how are you handling that when you do need to cancel? Like, how is it affecting you lately?
That's been well, and it's not quite as bad as it was because I am on better medication now and everything's cool.
That's
Um,
good.
I had the last couple of weeks were rough because back in November I got laid off from my job. which sucked. But I recently got a new job, but my insurance hadn't kicked in. And if y'all don't know, inhalers are fucking expensive if you
Yeah.
don't have insurance.
Yeah.
So
It's
I
awful.
I had like a week and a half, 2 weeks there where I didn't have meds again, which is why you've
Mm.
seen a lot of cancellations come up here where
Mm.
it's just, yeah, I couldn't breathe. I mean, I could barely talk, much less think about sitting here and sing.
Lord.
So I had to kind of fix that. I'm back on meds now, so I'm hoping next week I'll be back to my normal schedule and everything will be cool. Um, it's something that I've had to deal with because initially, like, I would do streams where I was fried,
Yeah.
like where I was absolutely fried. And I mean, and sometimes you have to, sometimes there's just like, you know what, I just need to push through. I need to do it, but I, sometimes you need to not, you need to just respect the fact that your voice is not feeling right. You don't feel good. You're off, and just say no. But early on it was really difficult for me to cancel anything. It was really difficult for me to reschedule stuff. I just felt like I was just throwing everything away and ruining the world, and everybody was going to hate me because I did it. And I really think these last several months, because I mean, getting laid off like that, I was at that company for 8 years, so it came out of left field. I had no idea I was going to
Yeah.
get laid off. It was a mental fuck, let me tell you.
Yeah.
So like trying to get through that, trying to deal with that, there was a lot of mental stuff there where I had to cancel. I had to not do it. I had to not stream. I just wasn't there. I could not get on a camera and be like, "Hey guys, let's sing some music." It was just like
Yeah.
not gonna happen. So um, it was difficult. And then I had the health stuff going on top of that as well because I had some issues getting my meds during that time as well. I had Cobra or whatever, but it was a pain.
Yeah.
But it was just it was a mess. It was like a whole damn mess through that whole period. And my mindset changed this year because I came back and from all of that, barely streaming at all from late November until late March, I think, or early
Okay.
March.
Yeah.
And I had like one or two streams in there, and that was it. And I came back in March thinking, let's start the grind again, because there's no way that people are still going to be here because it's been almost, it's been
Yeah.
like 5 6 months now, since I've really
Yeah.
streamed because I wasn't doing good before I got laid off either. And I came back from my first stream. I got like 3 raids. I had like 30 people in my stream by the end of it,
That's
and it
awesome.
just it set my head right. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like where I was like, no, you know what? I got people behind me. I got people backing me up. I need to respect my body more and respect me more because if you get to a point with streaming where you aren't happy doing it, where you're tired and exhausting, and it just seems like another job, then you might want to adjust what you're doing because
Yeah.
it is another job, but it should be fun.
Yeah.
Like
Oh yeah. And
yeah.
making it fun is honestly like I was Jen's about to make fun of me. I was in the collective. That's how we say it every
Let's
time. The
just the
collective.
collective.
Painting
I
my
tried to apply
nails.
for that. I got rejected.
Listen, everybody did. Only like 20
Yeah,
people got like into it and like 5,000 people applied. But
yeah, it's crazy.
my point I promise there's a point, the nails. Um the point was that like honestly there were 5 partner mentors in it as well and they're there
Mhm.
to give you ideas to answer your questions and now I have Twitch staff that are like there for you and they're like how can we help you and it's like a real question, how can we help you, and
Yeah,
keeping it fun and integrating new things into your stream is so hard. It
it
takes
is.
so much perseverance
Hmm.
and like for me, I think I personally have it just a smidge easier because this really is the biggest thing that I'm doing right now. But like
Yeah,
millions of other people who stream, that is not the case. Like I cannot imagine trying to keep it fresh. And for you, like maybe adding more music, learning new songs or something. Like when? Tell me when. Why? How? Like I can't
I
even do that.
yeah, I mean that's my biggest thing. I have a few songs on my song list that I've really been meaning to sit down and like
Yeah.
practice. It's like I love this song. It's a great song. Zion that comes through chat all the time. She has this one
Mhm.
called "Emotionally Anorexic." It's by a I don't remember where he's from, but he's a European artist. He's really really good. I love the song,
Yeah.
but it's like every time she comes in, she's like, "Do you practice it?" I'm like, No. And she's
Yeah.
like, well, you're gonna, here you go. But it's like I want to have time to sit down and do that kind of stuff and build my song list and add things. And sometimes, I have the advantage of most of my stuff is like 90s alternative, so it's kind of like all in here somewhere.
Right.
And I'll hear a song go, oh yeah, that one. I can play that one, and then like just add it to my list real quick.
Yep.
But like, yeah, trying to do anything. Like, I mean, like, I was trying to pick up keys for a while there.
Yeah.
And it's like trying to find time to sit down and play stuff on the keyboard. I've got a trumpet back here I'm trying to learn how to play too. And it's like actually trying to find time to do that kind of stuff. I have my looper set up and functional, but I've not had enough time to really learn how to use it and
Yeah.
integrate it into this stream, you know. So it's yeah, it's a really big difficulty. And when that's what you constantly get told, you new, better, bigger, better, whatever, it's kind of like, but fuck how?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. And and it doesn't even matter sometimes that you have the intention to do it, right? Because you
yeah,
still have to you can want to do it all you want, but you still have to
absolutely.
find the spoons to do it.
Yeah.
And like you still got to find it. And to anybody who is also coming in just now, I mentioned spoons. I did move them because for a minute, so A Grady and I had talked about me having literal spoons in the room, and I totally fucking bought chrome like they're disposable spoons, or not disposable, that's not the word, but I mean whatever.
No, they're
Plastic kind,
disposable.
right?
I guess
Yeah,
disposable.
I think disposable is the word. Yeah.
I guess so.
It's
Uh,
plasticware.
they're plasticware, but it was chrome, so it looked like a real spoon. And then, like when I got rid of my digital spoons, I'd throw a spoon. We had this conversation off screen, and I started
hmm
doing it, but like Trish would get mad because I would like throw it and it would hit something. She's like, "Oh my god!"
Or you wouldn't pick them up, and then I'd leave to go to the bathroom and break a spoon. That
She'd
happened a
step
couple
on a
times.
spoon. That's like stepping on a damn Lego.
A logo.
A
Yes,
logo.
stepping on logos can often be pointy,
Definitely.
especially if it's a death metal band.
Oh god. Worst logo ever to step on. So yeah, it doesn't even matter. Like I have a whole notebook full of ideas from
hmm
doing the collective thing, and I've maybe integrated two of them. And I
Oh
mean,
yeah, no.
granted, some of them were pretty big. This is one of them. Talking to people on Fridays is one of them. But it's yeah, breaking spoons is a whole other topic. That's what we do. That's what we break spoons here.
We break spoons here.
We have all
I,
broken
I've
spoons.
I'm there's another streamer, Scotty Makes Music. I don't know if you know him.
I
He's
do.
super awesome. And he and I talk a lot, and we're always like sitting. We got to sit down and talk and like come up with some stuff that we can do. Like we've been trying to like challenge each other and give each other dares and like go back and forth and kind of like have this like playful rivalry, like where we try to like push each other to do cool things and whatever. He's the reason my hair was blue in December.
Which we loved. We loved that
So
for
yeah,
you.
right. So I had the haircut yesterday and lost the last of the blonde, and it feels nice to be back.
I bet. I bet.
But like he and I've sit down and talked about that too, where it's like we gotta like let's do cool things. Like we were sitting in another stream together, just like on a whisper conversation in Twitch the other day. Like that's really cool. I want to do that in my stream.
Yes.
That's do you know how to set that up? Yeah. Do you have time? No. I want
No.
to do it too, though. It's like it's really really dope because he's a full time gigging musician, so he's
Yeah.
always running around. So like even just trying to find time for us to sit down and talk is next to impossible between my day job and him working nights at gigs. It's just like, and I'm trying to have a band too on top of that because I'm mental, Aaron. I just, but
No, it's a lot, and we'll get back to the band thing because I don't want to let that go. But I do want to backtrack for a second because what I was saying earlier about the ticker that I put on my main screen is that I'm like, oh, I forgot that like people don't notice stuff, but the streamers here all noticed that ticker.
oh
Like
yeah,
you notice every little thing on every single streamer's
because you're
stream.
constantly trying to evolve and get better. You're looking for the
Yep.
cool things that you like. You can,
Yep.
I could add that. That'd be neat.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
Oh yeah.
honestly, like it's sometimes it's little things. Like for me, I was lucky enough to have a community member gift me the light in the corner, the Govee light in the corner that I can connect to the
Yeah.
stream, and I think people are really digging that. My dad, literally. I think people are really enjoying calling the popo with my
Yeah.
lights.
Yeah.
And that's just this one tiny little thing. I mean, granted, the light was like $160, and I'm very grateful that somebody did that for us. But like, you can get cheaper ones. Like the ones on
Yeah.
this side were like $20. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely.
Little things like that. And Jen was the first one to be like, damn, I like that. How do you do that? Show me how to do that.
It's cool, right? Like it's neat, and anything you can do to like involve and engage your audience is just, I mean, that's a win by default,
Yeah.
right? Like, and that's just it's some of it is so simple to do, coming up with like cool point redemptions for your channel,
Yeah.
or
That was
coming
a
up
whole
with,
week of programming in the collective was just channel points. Like,
yeah, no
it's,
doubt. I don't doubt it.
like but so many things are good ideas. Like I won't call you out in the chat unless you call yourself out. But a lot of people don't like being told what to do, and that's okay. You shouldn't always need to be told what to do. But like a lot, you know what I mean? Like the hydrate, the posture, those. A lot of streamers don't enjoy being told what to do. But if I deleted all those, I'd have like no channel points. No redemptions. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
it's like
That's
it's
I
hard.
can't tell you how many people just get the absolute giggles out of coming into my stream and popping like 15 hydrates, and I'm like,
But I can't deny that I don't need it. I need to be reminded. Yeah, like I personally do need to be reminded, whereas some people are like, no, fuck you. I do not. I'm an adult. I'm like, I'm not. Sorry. I need that.
I'm not. I'm the worst at forgetting to drink. Like I literally I laugh every time I see it on Best of You because it's like really screamy and yelly. Like when I open up the tabs, there's a note that I left for myself that says, "Drink some fucking water, you motherfucking idiot." And I'm like, oh, yep. So,
and that's one we
I have
worked
to boss
on.
myself around.
Literally. And that's one we worked on because it is so incredibly hard to perform. So like notes like that, honestly, I should have notes like that all over my shit. And I don't. See, that's something
again,
that
when
should
you
come
have time,
up.
right?
Right. Like a lot of them are charts. Well, a lot of the charts that I have created on my own, yeah, I could totally put that like in there. But like that's a really good idea though. Like to any streamer who's listening, you have issues hydrating, but you also like don't necessarily want to keep the hydrate thing. I'm talking to anybody. Like that's a really good idea. Even just to have it right at the top of your chart. Just hydrate.
Yell at yourself if you need to.
Yeah.
Yell at yourself.
You idiot, hydrate. Like that's it. That's just put it in there.
Okay. Yeah, exactly. No.
But
because I'll forget. Because I mean, it's that, and I mean, from being in a band too, like it's that performance vibe. Like once you get into that mindset, you're just going. It's like it's tunnel vision some days where you're just like next song, entertain, yes, say a nice thing, go again. And before you know it, you're like
hydrate, motherfucker. Did you do it? I love that.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, no, X, what's funny about that is IRL on stage, I probably hydrate more than any person on stage has any business hydrating. I literally, in between every song, will go grab my water. I keep a water bottle, like one of these. I keep one of my big ass tumblers on stage with me at all times. And I hydrate in between every song because like, I go pretty hard. I'm like jumping. I'm head banging. Like I do go pretty hard. So I actually, only upon streaming did I learn that I suck at hydrating.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I think you get into a groove there too because there's more of that natural pause because everybody's kind of, collecting themselves. You get the audience responding. When you're on stream, there's no physical response. There's nothing there. It's just a chat that your emotes are going. You're just like, okay, next song. So,
yeah. Or if there is, stuff going on in the chat and you have questions to answer, then your brain just starts talking. Like
exactly.
You just, or if new people have come in, oh, hey, welcome in. Like you've already moved on. You haven't even considered hydrating.
Yeah, exactly. Hype trains happen, raids happen. You're just rolling with it the best you can. So
I think that during like streamers are so good at touting self-care, and then when we actually need to sit down and do it, we're terrible at it.
Yeah. I've always said that I have all this stuff on lock. I know how to have good mental health. I know how to do things right. I know what the smart things are to do. My execution is garbage, but I understand it all.
No, that's literally all of us.
Yeah.
but going back to IRL band stuff, like I actually don't know some of this stuff because I know it's just kind of now been gearing up. But you have an IRL band. Please tell me the things that have happened
in the makings.
Yeah.
So I have when I lived out here before, when I was a teenager, I had a buddy who was a bassist, and we tried to get a band together. I don't know how many times back then, and it always fell apart. So when I moved back out here, I was like, "You still out there?" He's like, "Yeah, I'm in Arlington. Let's go." I was like, "Okay." So we hooked back up, and man, it was one of those things where like we hadn't seen each other in 20 something years, and as soon as we got back together, it was just like we were hanging out again in high school. It was no weirdness. It's, the only difference is he's married and has 2 kids now. Like.
But that's the
But
best though. When you get the assignment and the person doesn't like hold it against you for any reason, that's the best situation.
absolutely, yeah, absolutely. And yeah, we hung out. We started. It was just like, why don't you come over and jam? And I think we had like 2 songs written by the end of that night. Which was always the way it was. Like I've always done the writing, but he's always been like the inspiration. Like he'll sit there and be like, "Why don't we do like what do we say like blah 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 blah?" And I'm like, "Oh wait," and then we could do, and I'll like have a whole verse, and he's like, "Yeah, that's good. I like that. That's good."
Nice.
That's like, and we'll write through. I mean, last night we went over. We were just going to tighten up some of the songs we already had written, and we've got 2 more songs done.
Oh my
So,
God. I wish we were that
it's like,
productive. Dear Lord.
oh yeah, but that's like that's the vibe. And I know you and I talked about this some when I was talking about moving to Maine.
Hmm.
Like that's one of the hardest things for me to walk away from right now is it's
Yeah.
like he and I vibe on like such a great level with like songwriting and stuff, and like musically and lyrically and everything we have a lot of fun with what we work on. So yeah, so he and I think we've got about a dozen, maybe 13 songs written at this point.
That's
And
incredible.
we're trying to get drummer is what we're looking for right now. And so we're actually we were talking about it last night. Like we had a guy that was on lock, but he's like a like 5th degree black belt in judo or something, and he just started teaching at a dojo. So he's like, "Oh, I can't play with you guys anymore. Sorry."
I
So
was
yeah.
like, where is this
So
going?
yeah, right. Yeah, I know, right? Like that was kind of how I felt when Dave was explaining it to me. I'm like, "What the fuck does judo have to do with a band?" Like,
Yeah, that's why I'm like, wait,
so
who got hurt?
yeah. Yeah, no. So yeah, so he doesn't have the time anymore. He's teaching judo now. So we just talked about last night. Tonight I'm gonna put up the old Craigslist ad and hop on Band Mix and put our band out there and see if we can find a drummer. So
You just spoke a language I forgot that I even speak. Fucking
yeah,
Craigslist and band mix. That's how I found people to hire
right.
for wedding bands.
Hell
Legit.
yeah, that's
Legitimately.
where it's at. So yeah, so we're about to get on that train, and I don't know, I might even go super old school and go up to a Guitar Center and pop up a little tear off the number thing on their bulletin board. So
It unfortunately you kind of have to do every single thing you can find because
yeah,
it's really difficult and like reverb. Whoa! Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! It's Jory Avner. Jory Avner is here. Hello, friend.
what's up, Jory?
Hi, friend. We're doing a chat segment right now. Hello, 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 friend. Hi, boop. This is a jury raid. That's what it says. I love it.
Boop.
Boop. Just a boop. Aw, thank you so much, Jory. I appreciate you. We're actually sitting here talking about bands, like legitimately talking about music bands.
Yep.
Um, and I appreciate you so much, Jory. Welcome in, friends. Joyce and Jory. Oh, did you do a duo stream today? That's incredible. A duo stream, a co-stream. What?
Nice.
I don't know why I said duo stream. What does that mean?
Well, I mean, it's a thing.
Oh, this is kind of
Those
your
are
way of rating 2 other people. I kind of. It's also
kind of,
kind of a little bit like that.
sort of, like
Right.
similar.
Similar. Also, this is Joyce, not Jory. Well, hello, Joyce Jury. Thank you for your raid. Both of you, thank you so much. That is so very sweet of you. That is funny. And that's interesting because y'all have become good friends of the stream here. Both Jory Avner and Joyce Lee, who is talking on the Jory Avner account right now. We love both of y'all so much. Thank you so much for bringing your community here. I hope you guys had a lovely stream. Please let us know how your stream was, how it went. Obviously, I'm not taking requests right now because we're doing a chat segment. I've been doing 1 hour Friday chat segments. And so right now that is where we're at. So we have, God, I'm so sad. Like I could talk to you for like hours, but technically we have
I
like
know.
10 minutes left. Can
I
you,
know.
how dare it only be 10 minutes left? Oh, thanks, Joyce. Yeah. So we named it Acco Talk About It. Actually, Fenwa named it Acco Talk About It. And it's hard to say. Acco Talk About It. He threw like 5 titles at me, and that one just stuck. And I'm like, you know what? I'm running with it. I'm running with it. I love that. It's wonderful. They were so much fun tonight. That's amazing. Is it Snappier River? Snappier, maybe? I'm not sure, but welcome in. And like I said, normally I play music. I play music all Monday, Wednesday, Friday, but on Fridays I do a 1-hour chat segment. So that's where we're at right now. We're talking about IRL bands and songwriting. And that's kind of where we're at right now. So again, thank you guys so much. Thank you, Jory and Joyce, so very, very, very much. Words are heard.
Arvar.
Aardvark.
Words are heard.
AARDVARK. Anyway, so question
Proud
for
of
you. Question for you is:
Yes.
do you guys have any names yet picked out for your potential band?
Yeah. That we bumped around a bunch of them. We're gonna be Tomorrow Fades Away.
Oh yes, dude, you told me that like a million years ago.
I know. I sent you a logo. It's okay. You don't love me. I know how this is.
That's not even. Oh my gosh! How dare you call me out? No, you're right. What was it? Tomorrow never fades.
Tomorrow Fades Away.
Oh, tomorrow. Oh Jesus! Tomorrow fades
Yeah.
away. I'm the worst,
Yeah.
literally.
That was one of those things too. He was like, "What do you think?" We were gonna be Fat Lip Freddy. I think was the original band we were gonna go with.
I love that.
And I had like a little like MXPX vibe, like little dude with like boxing gloves and stuff that I doodled out and stuff for it. But then he was like, wait, I did better. I think I have one better. And I'm like, what? And he's like, Tomorrow Fades Away. I'm like, no, that's already a band. He's like, it's not. I'm like, yes, it is.
Because
Like,
it
it's not.
sounds
I
like it
swear to
should
God.
be. Yeah.
Right? It should be, right?
Yeah.
So like we went and like scoured the internet and I was like, shit, dude, you're right. It's not. So I grabbed like the Twitter, the Facebook, the Instagram, the TikTok. Like, so
That's
like,
what
we
you have to do. Yeah. As soon as you
Yeah.
realize you need it and nobody has it, you just go fucking get every single one that you
exactly.
can.
You snatch everything. Yeah.
Yep.
So yeah, but no, Tomorrow Fades Away is the name that we've settled on at this point. So we're just trying to, like I said, at this point we just need a drummer. If we get a drummer, we can start playing because thankfully, like the all the COVID numbers are low enough that we feel pretty confident playing shows again. So we were talking about it last night. I think the plan is going to be probably fall. We'll start actually playing. We're going to try to get a drummer, preferably a lead guitarist too, and then we'll like spend the summer and spring and summer like practicing and kind of getting ready, and then by the fall we'll be ready to hit some live venues. So it should be a lot of fun here soon.
That is so incredible. I'm so happy for you. I really
Yeah.
am. I was surprised.
Cool.
I felt like for a minute you were like, yeah, I'm leaving Texas. I'm done. I'm moving to Maine. Goodbye. And then you were like, just kidding. I am going to stay and I have to see this through. And I'm really
Yeah.
glad that you went with your instinct on that.
Yeah.
And you're going with it.
I loved Maine. I went up there for Christmas, and I get to hang out with AGradyMusic and the crew up there, and Erin gets creative, and that was a stupid fun. I was up there just almost a month.
They told me the same
So-
thing. They're like, hey, you ever want to come here? You got someplace to crash. I'm like, oh my God. How
Yeah,
nice of
no,
you.
they're super. They're some of the sweetest people. I mean, Erin, I like my history. I've never had really a good Christmas. Like it's always been kind of weird. My mom sort of ruined it. It was awkward with the two exes. And
Yeah.
I told Erin gets creative that, and she was like, "Oh, okay. Well, then you come stay with me for Christmas." And I was like, "I'm sorry." You know? But that's what I did. I went up to Maine. I crashed at their house for like 3 weeks, and it was phenomenal. And we had so much fun. She took me all over Maine. I got to actually see the real like the original LL Bean store. You know, and all that kind of
Oh.
stuff. That's a trip, by the way.
Fancy
Um,
nails.
No, it's totally a sporting goods store. You can buy guns at the LL Bean store. The
Oh,
original
damn,
one.
really?
Uh-huh.
I didn't
You
know
you wanna,
that.
you want a jar of deer piss? You got it.
Oh.
Camping equipment, archery, whatever you need. You can get whatever you want at the LL Bean store because it was a hunting brand originally.
Dude, I actually didn't know that.
Yeah, no, it's the biggest trip. Like they have like an outdoor store, like outside too, where you can buy like kayaks and like four-wheelers and crap like that too. I'm like, all right, well, this is not what I expected, but
I love, if it's still Joyce, she just said, what would I do without my deer piss? What would I do?
right? Seriously.
Oh,
I mean,
my
like,
dad's about to like be
essentially.
like going up to Maine. I need to go to the original LL Bean store before hunting season. Legitimately. Oh no, it's actually Jory now. Okay, so it could have gone either way. Hi,
It,
Jory.
it could have. It could have. That joke could have been either one. Yeah.
It could have been. It was kind of a Midwesterner joke, so I mean, it checks out that it is Jory.
Yeah.
No, that's incredible. I'm very, very glad to hear that you had a good time over in Maine.
Yeah.
I think that when my community put together a birthday video for me. I think that you were in Maine when you recorded your part of it
Yeah.
because you
Yes, I was.
full ass blonde. It was like
Uh-huh.
almost a blonde bob
Yep. Yep. Because it
or
was
a bowl.
long.
It was like a blonde bob cut slowly.
Kind of like, yeah, slowly, yeah, underneath my little hood, my little beanie.
Yes.
As I walked around outside in the snow that was coming down like crazy.
Yeah, I was like, oh my goodness, literally. Oh, that's amazing. And so, like, I obviously I want to respect all of your time. I know we got started a little bit late, because I had to pee, but well, and I needed to make a drink. Trish helped me get all my things done, so she made a drink for me. But Maine is northeast,
Yes.
all the way northeast. I
Yep.
almost said northwest. I'm like, wait, no. What are directions?
They're,
I don't know.
you know.
Yeah. Uh,
Nah,
but
I got time, so I'm not stressing my time. If you're not stressing, I'm not stressing. So.
I'm not stressing. No, I'm not. I'm just enjoying catching up because legitimately we haven't spoken in a minute.
For sure, yeah.
And when you get used to speaking to somebody once a week or once every couple of weeks, it's like kind of like disconnected after a while.
I
You
know.
feel disconnected. But I do love, and obviously I won't say like what about and stuff, but I do love that you've been sending me lyrics and stuff to look at, and I'm like, ooh, this is deep and fucked up. I can't wait to hear how this goes.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. This is a question I didn't have written down. I do have a couple other that are written down, but they're totally unrelated to music. Do you intend to perform the songs you guys have written on your stream, but like acoustically with just you and a guitar?
Some of them, yeah. There's a couple of. I have actually done a few of them on stream already.
Oh, I missed it.
Just like after. Yeah, they're not on my list. I was just like we were
Gotcha.
talking, whatever. It was just like a lull in the stream, and I was like, yeah, I want to hear a band song, and everybody's like, yeah. So, so yeah, I probably will eventually. I kind of want to get the band kind of rolling a little bit better and figure out how we're going to go with the songs. I have a feeling some of the songs might get adjusted and kind of moved a little bit if we go to a 4-piece band, because we were originally thinking of just being like a 3-piece punk rock, whatever, like normal band. And I think we're leaning like the two we wrote last night. We're leaning a little more rocky than I anticipated with some of our writings. I think some of the other songs might shift. But yeah, as they get settled, I probably will play more of them on the stream.
And it's so much easier, like you as a front person, if you are not holding down the entire fort of guitar, it does make your life a lot easier. It is definitely something. So our LC Binks used to be a 2-guitar band, and then our bassist position turned into a bad Spinal Tap joke. And one of our guitar players is now our bassist. And so now we do only rely basically on one guitar. And it is, I will say that even if you don't want to add another band member, but if you can find somebody who jives properly and they are a good fit, man, like it is a game changer to be able to take a step back and like everybody has their little piece of the puzzle. It is a game changer.
Yeah, and I'm lucky with Dave because he is such a good bassist. Like the guy always sits there and he's like, I'm all right. I'm like, dude, shut up. Like, he'll sit there some days and be like, here's something I was messing around with, and it's just this ridiculous, like, amazing bass line, and he's like, I don't know if it's good or whatever. I'm like, shut up, dude. Yes, keep playing that. I'm gonna write something to it. Like
that sounds like Phil, actually. That sounds a lot like Phil.
Yeah.
That's funny.
He's the confidence is not where I want it to be. I want him to be like, yeah, I'm a badass, But yeah, I'm lucky to have him because even as a 3-piece, because of the way he plays bass, he's not just a but kind of dude. He like plays the melodies and he runs up and down the neck with it and everything. Like it makes it a little easier for me to carry all the guitar.
Yeah.
But I definitely want another guitar in the band.
Yeah.
Like just to fill it out some more.
And 4 people is still really manageable. Like if you go on the road and you decide to start traveling, 4 people is still quite manageable. Whereas once you get to 5, 6, 7, it's not manageable anymore.
Yeah.
My
Once you
life.
become that like 13-piece ska band, you have problems. You know, like,
Yeah, we kind of accidentally did that, but with no horns. It was just like we had backup singers too. And they were sometimes we had dedicated backup singers along with a keyboard player. And even at our core, we were already 5 pieces. So there were
yeah.
times that we were literally 10 pieces. And it's like, oh my
Good
God.
Lord.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
that just sounds like hell.
our original release party, we had a separate organ player that came in. Um, we had a multiple guitar players. It was wild. We had guest guitar players come in. It was so stupid. It was like this weirdest spectacle that nobody
It's
expected.
just, oh, that just sounds like
It was
stress.
it was. It really was. It was a lot of stress. And it was a lot of money. And
Yeah,
it was
no doubt.
really stressful. So I kind of contradicted myself. As small as you can go, but also like 4 pieces is perfect.
Yeah.
Because
And I think
yeah.
that'll be like with some of the music that we're doing, I think that'll be the sweet spot. If we
Yeah.
get 4 people and we get that second guitarist in there, it'll be cool. It'll be really cool. So
But
I'm
also
excited.
ska is great. So listen, I've wanted to pretend to be a ska band for a long time. Nobody else will do it with me.
Listen, I'm learning trumpet, so you tell me when.
Okay.
Let's go.
Done. Done. Yeah, I love ska. I'm a huge fan of
I do
ska.
too.
And I don't
do
think
too.
anybody else in Elsie Banks is. I don't think
No.
anybody likes it.
How do you not like ska though? Like it's like the happiest angry music in the world. It's great. Like,
I know. EBX ska. I know. Like it'd be so much
right?
fun.
Yeah.
So like Demons is about the closest to ska we're ever gonna get because we actually hired horn players to be on it. And I'm like, please, let's
Yeah.
put horns on everything, please.
Right.
Like that would be so dope. Like if we put
I
horns
love
in Run, it's now a ska song. Like
absolutely yes.
it's a punk ska song now if you put
I
horns in Run.
when you get rock and you have a weird instrument in it at all, like when you take punk and you add horns and it's ska, I love that. One of the things that got me so on board with Yellow Card, I knew Yellow
Mm.
Card before they were even big. Like a friend of mine in Florida knew them. It was like, you have to check this band out.
Okay.
And the minute that I heard that violin kick in, I was like,
Oh my.
I'm in. Let's
Yeah.
go. Like,
Yeah.
because once they got big, I think Capitol Records was like, kind of lay off the violin. Nobody likes that. And I'm like, you piece of shit. Like, that was the best part. So like their older stuff, like, and you can listen to all their older stuff on Spotify, but you listen to older stuff, like yeah,
Yeah.
exactly, yeah.
Bagpipes.
um,
Yes.
Yes, bagpipes, all kinds of cool stuff like that. Like I love when bands like kind of step out and grab cool stuff and do different things with it because it makes them stand out. And I I'm weird. I like classical music and like instrumental music. Like I love
That's not
give me a
weird.
John Williams score and I am on board all day long. Like I'm
Yes.
down.
Yes.
You know, so anytime you add like an orchestral element or something to the music or a band, like that's always super cool. I love me my freaking Norwegian death metal bands and stuff for that kind of stuff. It's like we're gonna do a death metal song
Yes.
with a symphony, and I'm like, yes,
Yes.
you know, like,
Yes. Those are those pointy logos we were talking about.
yes, exactly.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah. No, I love. I used to go to it's an amphitheater here in Michigan. And every single season they would bring this Led Zeppelin tribute band with an entire orchestra. And
Nice.
oh my God, like every single time I went, I was just like the most happy I've ever been. It's not Led Zeppelin.
Zeppelin with an orchestra
but-
is just
but-
amazing.
Yeah, it's not Led Zeppelin, obviously, but like it's a Zeppelin tribute band who was very good, by the way, with an entire orchestra. Kashmir is the best you're ever going to hear it.
Absolutely, yeah.
And they put on
Some
this
of-
giant light show like on your wall behind you, but like in a big giant amphitheater. It's beautiful.
awesome.
Yeah, that's what they did basically. It was like those cosmos type lighting in this giant amphitheater.
And you
So
know what?
cool.
Some of these cover bands that are out and about are just as good, if not better than the original sometimes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they put their own spin on it and they've got so much passion for the music. Like that's what inspired them, that's what made them happy. And they're just tearing it up. And I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, no, it's not exactly the same. It's not the guys. It's not the same perfect note for note sound, but damn, get some guys. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like
Yeah, people shit all over tribute bands, but honestly, it takes
Yeah.
it takes so much energy to really encapsulate whatever band it was, depending on what you're
Exactly.
doing, it's very, very different. Like Beatles
Hmm.
tribute bands versus Leonard Skinner or something. It's
Yeah.
a very different conversation. But
Yeah.
either
Well, yeah.
way, it
Yeah.
takes so much energy to do that.
Because it's not your vibe, you're matching a vibe, you know what I mean? And it's
Hmm.
like trying to find that balance of putting yourself into it plus capturing what made it great in the first place is just get some, like good
Yes,
job, like well done, proud of you.
I agree. Rachel Grace Violin. Yeah, we actually just rated Rachel Grace Violin. She's somebody who's toured with many, 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 many people. She has like a whole list in her bio. She's a violin player who is a professional touring
Hmm.
violin player. I forget the list, but like there are some A-list celebs, A-list bands in her list, and I'm like, whew, oh my goodness, I fangirl
violin was
over her.
Violin was not in ska, violin was in like emo punk.
Yeah, it was Yellow Card. Yeah,
Yeah,
that
it
you're
was
talking
Yellow
about.
Card. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Not ska, but to the bagpipes. Red Hot Chili Peppers are awesome. Oh yeah, Red Hot Chili Peppers are pretty cool.
Red Hot Chili
Hmm.
Pipers.
Oh, Red Hot Chili Pipers. I can't read. It says Red Hot Chili Pipers. I'm
That
so
is
sorry.
fantastic, and I need to
You,
Google who they are.
yeah, your brain did that thing that happens when all the middle letters are wrong, but the
Uh
outer
huh.
two are right, and just yeah, because of course it's Red Hot Chili Peppers, right?
Yeah, because of course it is. What else
Yeah.
starts with Red Hot Chili?
Exactly.
My brain could not see the Pipers part of that.
No.
Um.
Uh-uh.
Okay.
You've been conditioned.
I feel like I'm in like okay closing arguments. I watch way too much true crime TV apparently.
I like it. Let's go. Let's
So,
go.
okay, so I have to bring it up. We talked about it briefly earlier. Ghost hunting.
Yes. Win. I'm ready.
So literally, I've been slowly putting together my equipment. I have a K2, I
Mhm.
have a spirit box, I have a thermometer. Like my dad literally just had one of those fucking yellow hand gun thermometers. I have it because he had no use for it. I don't even know why he had it. If you tell me why you had it, I'm not sure. But he's like, I don't need it anymore. Here you go. What else? I have 2 baby REM pods. I'm looking at some
Nice.
4K camcorders
Nice.
with
Nice. Nice.
with night vision, and we're legitimately planning this now. Like
Okay.
we're
All right.
we are
I'm
planning
in.
it for August. Like it's like the second, maybe the first or second weekend of August. I don't remember which weekend it falls on, but we're legitimately planning it. And I don't know if Beta knows. I think Beta's already streaming, but
Beta's not streaming.
oh, Beta's not streaming.
I don't think so.
Okay.
Because she's not live, so.
Oh, fair enough. So it started. Basically, what happened was, y'all, and anybody in my chat like might know the story, but I'll start from the beginning. Is that it started with me and Trish going to Beta's home and ghost hunting in her basement because she lives in a 120-year-old, very old house that has some original remnants of the original owners in the basement. She has like a Blair Witch looking motherfucker basement. Like,
Including, but not limited to, a haunted crib.
yeah, she has like legitimate like a haunted crib in her basement. And the basement looks like, if y'all know what Blair Witch's basement looks like in the very end of the thing, it's not a foundation basement. It's like,
Dirt.
stones and dirt.
Sure. For
That
it,
is
yeah.
that's what this started as. It started as kind of a joke, but maybe we could raise enough money to do it, but pandemic. So like, but now we're to that weird point where it's like, okay, all right, we're going to get vaccinated. We're half, more than halfway there. Maybe we can actually go ghost hunting. So I actually started putting together the equipment. And at this point, so Fenwa is involved. There are so many people. Erin, there are so many people who want to desperately be involved in this, and I love it. I love that for us. So
I
like
think it's the coolest thing in the world. Like,
yeah.
when you said we were gonna do it, I was like, yes.
So like Boba Chat wants to do it, and
Nice.
and Sensitive Joy wants to do it.
Oh my God.
I think maybe Highlash had mentioned maybe being a part of it. Like we have like started like a movement. Jen would like to be a part of it.
I want to. No. I know that she said I want to tag along.
I was going to say, that's the FOMO talking. She just wants to be involved for the sake of
I'm
being
gonna be
involved.
outside in the van.
Yeah.
But
Jen
I
and
wanna
Beta
be
are
there.
Jen and Beta and Trish are on van duty.
I'm not on van duty. I run the command center. There's a very big difference.
Your nerve center, yeah. 100%. Yeah.
100%. Yeah.
And so like I think that I had mentioned this to you and you're like, hold on, wait, no, I'm dead serious. Like, I want to go do this with you. Like, I'm like 100% yes, let's go. Like, I think it'll be such a good time. So we're literally in the process of trying to find like a location. Fen, I will be the sacrifice. We're in the process of finding a location kind of outside New York City, but like in New York State or in the general tri-state area. And that's like we're legitimately going to try to plan this at this point.
Yeah,
So this
let's do it.
is
And
my
I
way of
promise,
telling you
like,
that, I guess.
I know that when I play Phasmo, I kick in the front door and go, "There any idiot ghosts here?" But I won't do that in this case.
No, I do that too.
Ben does it too.
Like,
I do that too
where you
because
motherfuckers at?
I turn on the spirit box and go, "What the fuck is your name, ghost?" Like because here's why. Because I'm a noob still in Phasmo. I don't even know what level I am. I'm still a noob. I've been playing it for like a year. I'm still a noob. And so I don't ever buy anything. I go in totally empty-handed. So I don't care if I die. I just go in and start yelling at the ghost.
So when I first started playing Phasmo, like before the last several updates, like when I went in originally, I hit a point that I played professional.
Yeah.
I'd solo that shit all the time. I'd
Okay.
roll in like whatever, ghost, 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 ghost. Yep, okay, and throw this and like that and run off. And it's a banshee and it's in the kitchen. Success, yes.
It sounds like Clue.
Right, with the candlestick.
It sounds like Clue.
Yeah, exactly. And then they did all the updates,
Mm-hmm.
and they changed how the ghosts hunt, and he made the ghosts smart.
The
And I
fake,
said,
the
"That
fake
noise."
hunts too. The fake hunts that go on. Sometimes I'm like, how do you guys tell the difference?
Yes.
I'm like freaking out because they're like,
I-
it's fake. Don't worry about it. I'm like, how do you even know?
I will scream like a little girl. I have seriously been playing the game, and I'm like walking around like something's going on.
You're running out. Yeah.
Come around the corner, see the front doors open, like son of a bitch.
Yes.
Like,
Yes. And I am a huge fan of Ghost Adventures. Like I know people shit all over
Absolutely.
Zach Bagans. I love it. I love it. I love it.
you have to take all that stuff with a grain of salt because I've heard some of these guys start talking, and I'm just like, that sounds like bullshit. But I still want to see what you do. Let's go.
Right,
You know,
exactly.
like-
Hi, Ayo, how you doing? Ayo. Yeah, exactly. Because the amount of activity that Zach Bagans happens to walk into is, it's a TV show. You're selling a TV
Yeah.
show.
Well, and he in particular, though,
Yeah.
he knows that he is a mockery
Yeah.
of himself, and he just leans into it. And there's other
absolutely.
shows that you watch, Erin.
Yeah.
Well, that is not this Erin
There's
in
too
the
many-
room with me. You, her, watch like Kindred Spirits and a couple of other more serious, intoned shows. That
Mhm.
actually is what got me interested in it.
Yeah. I actually really
cool
enjoy
stuff.
Kindred Spirits. I really enjoy Portals to Hell. For anybody
hasn't that
else, Portals to Hell is Jack Osborne and Katrina Weldman. What? Weldman. Shoot.
Jeez.
It starts with a D, or I mean a W, and ends with Min. But the ghost. Yes, that was the ghost hand. And then also, let's see, what are the other ones? There's Ghost Brothers. So good.
Yeah,
They
Ghostbusters
haven't
is fun.
made any new content in a while though.
Yeah.
There's also I used to watch Paranormal State back in the day. That was like the first one. Ghost Hunters and Paranormal State were the first two I think that got me. Those were like the gateway shows.
Is Paranormal
yeah,
State the one
Paranormal State. I remember watching that one. Was fun.
Is that the one that Grave Encounters makes fun of?
Yes.
Gotcha.
Yes, Grave Encounters, y'all. Talk about a lovely found footage movie. Both 1 and 2. So good. I adore them to death. I feel like I'm missing a big one somehow, but I don't know what it is. I've lost it. I don't know what it is.
I've always loved this stuff, which caused no end of problems for me growing up in a super religious household where I was like, hunting is cool. Look, they used a crucifix to bats of the devil. Like, oh, sorry, but
Yeah.
like I had actually had a friend of mine that went to the yeah, exactly. I had a friend of mine that went to the Driscoll in Austin and got to actually like walk around like the haunted corridors and everything. And she's been really into this stuff too. But she went with a friend of hers, and she said that like literally she was like we were walking down the corridor and we felt it get colder. And she was like, which is like, like whatever, they could have it like tricked out, but she's like, dude, our camera wouldn't work. Like we kept taking pictures and there were these weird like blobs and stuff around us in the pictures and stuff. We all freaked out, threw the camera away and ran away. Like I was like, yeah, it's weird.
Yeah. We also have Polaroid cameras that I do want to use. I forget that Polaroid cameras are legitimately a cool way to see what you catch, because it's a totally different technology. Even just using your phones too. People do that on ghost shows all the time. They just use their phones. It's like, oh, okay. That's pretty cool. Also, thank you for your follow, Shaya. I hope I'm saying your name right, but thank you so much for your follow. But yeah, ghost shows are kind of like my decompression at night. Like, I will literally go through Deathwalker. Deathwalker? Is that what it was?
I don't know.
Nick Groff's show. He's Paranormal Lockdown is one of them too. See, now my brain goes, now I know what they all are. There's a couple new ones. Ghost Adventures has currently a new season right now, and they made a spinoff called House Calls that's coming out next week. I 100% need a sponsorship from Discovery Plus.
Right? Yeah.
Oh my goodness. I still don't know if I'm saying your name right. Is it Snappy River or is it Snappier?
Snappier River.
Oh, Snappier. See, this is
River,
this is streamer brain is what that is. I have no excuses.
I have no ability to read people's names ever, period. So it's fine.
Yeah, somebody new came in earlier and it was Gets Mad Music or Gets Sad Music, and I was like, Gets Ad Music.
Yeah.
I'm like, God damn it. River will do, or Snap. Well, thank you so much for your sub. You are so very kind. You haven't even heard me sing. Thank you so much. That's very, very kind of you to follow. Thank you so much. So yeah, the ghost hunting stuff, I love that. I didn't know you had any interest in it at all. And then one day you were like, oh my God, this must happen.
I was sitting over here working and you started talking about it. And the minute you did, I was like, what? I need to do that.
Yeah.
Because I've gone, I think I told you about going to Whitechapel, right? With my buddy and like going ghost snooping.
You did. You absolutely
We didn't have any of the equipment, and that was just cool enough by itself. So I'm like 100% down to go in like with the equipment to look for stuff and like find all the cool things. Like,
and my whole intention is to shoot kind of like, if anybody's familiar with I almost said Final Destination. No, Destination Fear is also one of my favorite. I have every favorite paranormal show. If there's a paranormal show, I probably have watched it. It's probably one of my favorites.
The answer is all of them.
Feel that.
Yeah, yes. All of the above.
Yeah, I feel that.
So Destination Fear, I love. And for anybody who doesn't watch it, it's 4 people who, they're all like in their mid-20s. They're all, one is a brother and sister, and then the other 2 are like childhood friends they grew up with. And they literally... They have a driver, of course, but they take an RV on the road. They do like a 2-week road trip, and literally they all shoot at the same time, and then they separate for bedtime. I'm not trying to do that. But I love that they all record from their own perspectives, as opposed to just having like one cameraman who has to like follow around and like who never gets to be a part of it or something.
Yeah.
I want to make pretty much a similar type of content. And hey, maybe we can do an IRL stream too if we're somewhere where that has a good enough signal or good enough Wi-Fi.
Beta's basement.
She said Beta's basement, where there's a router. But I mean, honestly, we have no idea what I'm hoping for, like an old boutique hotel or something like that. But we'll see. I honestly don't know. We're still like in the really early stages because August is a minute away still. So
yeah, absolutely.
We're still trying to figure it out.
100% down. 100% down. But the biggest question that I have though is, are we still going to do the 90s X-Men cosplay? Because I'm really looking forward to being Beast.
I forgot about that. Oh, I have to be Phoenix. You're right. We did talk about this.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Fenn is Gambit. Fenn was
Gambit. Yeah.
I don't even remember who I said I was.
I don't either. I forgot all about that.
I probably said I wanted to be Rogue, but like specifically
I think it was
from the
Rogue.
comics.
I feel like it was Rogue.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's on brand for me.
Oh, we can totally do that. I forgot that we said that. See, this is what we need so many brains around. You remembered. I don't think anybody else remembered.
I can't remember my password for work, but I remembered that, so it's fine.
It's important. It was important.
Oh my goodness. Well, with that, we have gone over time, but I also knew that you had time, so I don't want to disrespect your time any longer. Also,
That's all good.
I know I was just like I could talk to you all day long. That happened on a podcast stream I was doing yesterday too. I'm like I could talk literally all day long to just when you have people that you vibe with, you could just hang out.
100% legit. Yeah.
So I am going to end the stream in a few minutes, but I do want to say thank you for joining us. And thank
Heck
you
yeah,
for
thank you
hanging
for having
out.
me.
And y'all's there still is time to go follow AGradyMusic. His next stream is tomorrow, Saturday. What time is that?
2.
2 Central.
Yeah, 2 Central, 2 p.m. Central. Yep.
2 Central, 3 Eastern, or any other, time zones. You won't
The
be
rest of you
disappointed.
can do the math yourself.
Yes, do the math because my bullet cannot. Nope. I couldn't do it before the drink. I certainly can't now.
Yeah.
So I want to say thank you one more time, and you've been a blast to catch up with. Thank you for hanging out with us on this lovely Friday.
That was my pleasure. Thank you so much for having me. I had a blast.
All right. Well, we will talk to you later. Run.
Sounds good. Bye.
Bye.